Hello and welcome to SciMaths. I am your math companion Loknath Kundu. In the previous lectures, we constructed the natural number first, constructed natural number, then Z, then Q, right? We noticed one thing there, that in Z, every negative integer or every positive integer is an equivalence set or equivalence class. Like that, if we take this thing, it represented the -1, right? In Q, similarly, if we see the equivalence class 2, 3, it represented 2/3, right? So actually these elements are equivalence classes. Okay, so now we clear what is the element in Z or Q. So, but in practical, we as we did previously, that 2 plus 3 is 5, we will do this type of operation easily, and it is, you can verify in that case also. If you 2 is my represented by the class, that is the equivalence class 1, 3, and similarly 3 is my represented by 1, 4, then the plus operation here will be 1, 1, 2 and 4, 3, 7, 2, 7. So if we see 7 minus 2 is 5, so 2 plus 3 is 5. So same, right? So we can visualize these things in the equivalence set conception also. So now it is clear, right? Now what we are going to study today. First, we state the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. First thing, fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Second, the construction of real number. These two topics, we will try to complete these two topics today. Okay. Okay. So start with the first one, fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So the statement is like that, fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Every positive integer n that is greater than 1 can be represented in exactly one way, apart from the permutation or the rearrangement. Apart from the rearrangement one second, on the rearrangement of as a product of primes, Now explain the statement first. So the statement says every positive integer can be written as the product of primes apart from, in exactly one way, apart from the rearrangement. What is the meaning of that? So first take an positive integer, say 6. I can write it as 2 into 3 or 3 into 2. This is the rearrangement. What are we saying about? Okay. Apart from this rearrangement, apart from this rearrangement, okay. Apart from this rearrangement, the expression of 6 can be written in the product of 2 and 3. This is the exactly one way we can express 6. No other way is possible, right? Is it clear? What is the meaning of exactly one way? Okay. And what is the meaning of rearrangement? Okay. Now, the fundamental theorem of arithmetic is clear to us, right? Okay. Now, we have the expression of every rational number in P over Q form or R over S form. P over Q form, right? Belongs to rational number where P belongs to Z and Q belongs to sorry. Right? Now, the question is that is there any number which is not a rational number? Okay. So, suppose we have given root 2. The first question is root 2 exist really? My answer is yes, root 2 exists. How do you visualize root 2? We have a right angle triangle. It is 1 centimeter. It is 1 centimeter. And what is the length of this edge? This is 1 square plus 1 square, right? That is root 2. So root 2 exists, first of all. Now the question is, then is root 2 rational? That means root 2 belongs to Q or not? This is the question mark, right? Is it belongs to Q? Is it root 2? Is root 2 belongs to Q? Okay. This is the question mark. So first we have to see whether it is belongs to Q or not. So let's see. Let root 2 belongs to Q. Then root 2 should be some P over Q form, right? That is 2 into Q into Q. Here we have, if Q are prime, then we have 3 product of 3 prime equals to product of 2 primes. If P and Q are prime. P and Q are prime. Right? So it gives me a contradiction that it is not possible, right? It is not possible that product of 3 prime is equals to product of 2 primes. Why? This is a contradiction. This contradiction comes from the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So now I left the cases when PQ are complex, is compound number. Okay, not prime. P and Q are not prime number. Okay, I left this case for Q. Now, so clearly root 2, if root 2 belongs to q, then it gives me a contradiction. Okay, so root 2 cannot belongs to q. Okay, but in real root 2 exists. These type of numbers which really exist but does not belongs to q are called irrational number. Root 2 is an example of irrational number. Is an example of irrational number. Now we see the construction of real number. Real number will contain root 2. Okay, so this construction is famous as Dedekind-Cut construction or Cut construction, because this conception was given by famous mathematician Dedekind. So what is the way to construct real number? Let's do it. Okay. Construction of real number. Construction of real number. So first we have to take subsets of q. Okay, let alpha subset of q satisfying, sorry, let me write properly. Satisfying 1. Alpha is not empty and not the whole set. Fine. This is my first condition. What is the second condition? Second condition is that P belongs to alpha and Q belongs to rational number, and sorry, I have to use comma here. Q less than P, then Q belongs to the set alpha. Fine. Third condition. If P belongs to alpha, then there exists R belongs to alpha such that P less than R. So pictorially, what are we doing? Suppose this is a straight line and Q0 in the middle of that, and it is go infinitely. There are no ending, right? This is my plus infinity point and this is my minus infinity. So I am taking alpha as the set like that. So start from here to there. Okay, all points belongs to that. Alpha is like set of that. It is one of my set, and then if I extend this boundary here, it gives me another set. So first, this type of picture is on our mind. Okay, it is another set starting from the same end. Okay, let me differentiate. This is another set from minus infinity to this point up to this point. This is say beta. Okay, now we have considered a set alpha we have considered the set alpha, which is a subset of Q, and satisfying some condition, satisfying conditions 1, 2, and 3. What are the conditions here? Conditions here are, this is the first condition, second condition, and the third condition is that. Okay, picture is my like that. Okay, now so if alpha is a subset of Q which satisfies these three conditions, is called a cut. Alpha is said to be a cut. Okay, okay, now consider, so when we define something, we have to have some examples. Okay, so first see, is there any cut exist? Consider the cut like that, alpha, that is P belongs to Q and P less than, sorry, if we, I should use some other letter for the elements. X belongs to Q and X is my less than 0. Okay, 0 union, and then X belongs to Q, X greater than 0, and X square less than 2. So first two conditions are obvious to check. Only we have to check third condition. The third condition is, let's say P belongs to alpha. Okay, then I have to find an R belongs to alpha such that P less than R. So R is my 2 into P plus 1 over P plus 2. It is easy to check that R belongs to alpha and P less than R. Fine. So this alpha is a cut. Now we denote alpha by root 2. Why? Why? Because here is a condition, x square less than 2. So x less than root 2. That is why we denoted it by root 2. Nothing else. Okay. Now S is my collection of all such cuts. Alpha is a cut. Okay. Now tell me, all the rational numbers are belongs to this set, right? All the rational number, even though all irrational, we can construct it all irrational number, because I denoted alpha by root 2. Similarly, alpha can, I can construct root 3 in the similar way, and all the irrational number in the same way, right? So alpha contains all rational number and irrational number, right? So is my actually the set of all real numbers. Fine. I think it is very much clear to us. In the, we see already now that what is minus 2? Minus 2 is my, minus 2 is my the equivalence class, right? 1 comma 2, right? That is b minus a. We see in the previous lecture, b minus a, sorry, 2 minus 1 will be, so this plus 2 minus 2 will be my 2, 1. This is my -2. So -2 is a set, right? -2 is a set. Similarly, we get every rational number is also set. P over Q is the equivalence class P over Q, right? Similarly, a real number is also again a set, and that is a cut. Here √2 we get is x belongs to Q and x less than 0 union x belongs to Q, x greater than 0 and x square, sorry, less than 2. So we understand what are the real numbers. Real numbers are cards, okay, and collection of all such cards are my real number. Now it is very much clear. If you have any doubt, any comment or any suggestion, you can contact me or you can give your suggestion in the comment section below. Thank you very much. I am signing off here. We will see some new topics in the next lecture. Thank you. Thank you very much.